This is a continuation of a series on 95 questions, a very comprehensive quiz to really challenge your own psychology about freedom and liberty ideas in the world we live in if we want to create an actually better world. This is going to challenge your own mindset, and this is very difficult then to evaluate for ourselves if, say, we might be wrong. We need to be able to have the introspection and look at these questions objectively from multiple different points of view. You can take this quiz online at theliberator.us/quiz. That's theliberator.us/quiz. This is the third video of our series. Let us begin. Why does our employee called government demand our obedience for whatever arbitrary commands it issues, sending armed enforcers after us if we disobey? Government isn't our servant or employee, it's a ruler, or government is our servant or employee, we are the rulers. The correct answer here is that government isn't our servant or employee, it's a ruler. Next question, is government the only true monopoly? Yes, you cannot opt out of their services or use only your own. Or is it no, people have no choice but to follow corporations? The correct answer here is yes, you cannot opt out of their services or use only your own. Government is then the only true monopoly. Next question, if the poor want to sell something to a powerful nation, and the people of that nation want to purchase it because it is sold at a lower cost, why should a government wish to hamper what benefits both people? Is it because the government is doing this for control? Or is that the government can provide better services for its own people? The correct answer here is that the government is doing this for control. How should solutions in society be created? Is it A, one solution isn't imposed on everyone and best solutions rise to the top and compete? Or is it B, one solution is imposed on everyone with government and monopolies take place? The correct answer is A, one solution isn't imposed on everyone, the best solutions rise to the top and compete. Think about what you would do if you were made king of the world. If you were in charge, how would you improve things? Would you just leave people alone and refuse to be in authority? Or would you control others' lives and embrace being in authority? The correct answer here is I would just leave people alone and refuse to be in authority. I would just want to be like anybody else, not have any more special rights and rule over them. Next question. Of the people who work for the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS, in America, how many engaged in harassment, extortion, and theft before becoming IRS agents? A, few if any, or many? The correct answer is few if any. How many soldiers went around harassing, threatening, or killing people they did not know before joining the military? Few, if any, or many? The correct answer, again, is few, if any. How many police officers regularly went around stopping, interrogating, and kidnapping nonviolent people before becoming law enforcers? Very few or many? The correct answer is very few. How many Americans would, on their own, choose to go to foreign lands and kill complete strangers? Very few or many? The correct answer is very few. How many Americans on their own, if they were in a foreign land, would feel justified in going door to door, interrogating strangers at gunpoint, invading and searching their homes because they thought some truly bad people might be in the area? Very few or many? The correct answer is very few. How many people would voluntarily donate to a private organization which had the stated goal of dragging millions of non-violent individuals away from their friends and families to be put into cages? Very few or many? The answer here is very few. In government, how many people are there who are not currently being forced to fund some government program or activity that they morally oppose? Very few or many? The answer here is very few. How many judges had people thrown into cages for nonviolent behavior before being appointed to a court? Probably none or many? The correct answer here is probably none. Why do people keep funding things which they feel are destructive to society? Why do people do what they know they should not do? Is it A, to obey authority and follow orders, or is it B, because they changed their mind? The correct answer here is A, to obey authority and follow orders. What is the true cause of great evil as documented by the Stanley Milgram and Stanford prison experiments? Is it good people allowing evil, the belief in authority, or is it bad people creating evil, tyrants and criminals? The correct answer here is it's good people allowing evil, the belief in authority. Next question, if government repealed the law saying which side of the road everyone should drive on, would people start randomly swerving around? A, people will do what is right because they do not want to crash, or B, people need government to tell them not to crash. The correct answer here is that people will do what is right because they do not want to crash. If a person warned others of a bomb in a theater, would everyone else stay where they were because the person was not perceived as an authority? A, people will do what is right because of the threat, or B, people need government to tell them about the threat. The correct answer is people will do what is right because of the threat. What punishment is there to fear that is worse than the result of compliance? What are the usual results of fighting in war? A, prolonged terror, physical and mental pain and suffering, dismemberment or death? Or is it feeling happy and achieved? The correct answer is prolonged terror, physical and mental pain and suffering, dismemberment or death. Next question. Few people would feel justified in hiring a street gang to rob his neighbors in order to pay for his own child's schooling. But millions advocate the same thing when they condone property taxes to fund public schools. Why do the two feel so morally different to them? A, government is seen to have rights that regular people do not have. Or B, they realize the action is the same, but feel like one is better. The correct answer is A, government is seen to have rights that regular people do not have. Next question, if children were raised with the idea that it is inherently wrong to steal, hit, bully, etc., why would there be any societal need for them to also be taught respect for authority? A, so that way children are easier to manage and control for dominion, or B, so that way children realize authority is equally important to morality. The correct answer here is that children are easier to manage and control for dominion when they're taught to respect authority. The final question part of this series is, what's the problem if somebody claims that by merely existing, they are entitled to something that requires knowledge and effort? A. People's needs should not cause something to be forcibly taken from others. Or B. People's needs should cause something to be forcibly taken from others. The correct answer here is people's needs should not cause something to be forcibly taken from others. Violence is never okay against peaceful people. Thank you very much. Be sure to follow us for the next part.